104.5. Yakofa KuroYiMuNsem Premier Sports. Sokoban Fatilo di na poso no dia bre. Exactly 9:30. Richard Nina Pam for veterans na afi wo mo de Insura Power Sports no e dia bre analysis papa ni nyina no wodum de begu akwamama. In the meantime, newspaper review. De obokata hodo aba adwaso no ebedimu nkomo adwempa hene Kofi Mensa atrase. Amansanchi ame kwadwo bi mreku enso atrase na nakwabna mprechim so ofi amedin de Barima Kofi Dawson utimi frame Akokoa adwempa. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Bibi aboko de
Chedi amponyango pada roma yankwa eda sukura yen now so
adom ne mpa boy ho ye
the bad ase thank God it's Monday. Monday ni dry ni sem grofo bi mpe ba ye de am pejuma for ya pe
is it all the thanks abeshe Monday?
Oh yes.
But ya na usually is Friday. Thank God it's Friday
because it's Monday no enumu na be free ase na waboaboa
kakra beshe
ti unya bia ye mu ye dura na Friday no
wo de akọchire
na Monday na anya tanga e be da na yi okay because Monday no de nyame ase
o si adi nyina mu
mo
Monfasi da mere.
Okay, Matias. Said the bear now to me stand be mo na Friday ni etim da kwaji ani. Matias e. Awon da nyame ase Monday so Friday.
Oh point. Awanza. Ma che mi ne.
Meje wo so ko.
Na bom te san.
Awurade adom na wo so e.
Okropo adom ye ho ye pa.
Awurade ase ade enso ache.
Yeah.
Ya ba na de ni aba kan ne ma.
Madam fu bi wa say ya ba se ne ya ba. Ya ba de ya ba.
Enya trans ne nko ade. Ma yenche etiefo ye nim se okrompa da romanti omo ho ye do ma se nso se brebia amuchusu nhira
sure
omo nkoso antie nhira mo nhira
yeah of course
Kofi anopa ya tena se na ensam no abode e wo de bonkrata no ahododo na anim ha na krata madin kan afai eye daily graphic de bo e krata no na mahu se chief of staff ejina anim ha woni mpanimfo bebre e na omugina ha ni gina ne se ye se dwumadie bi ekoso na pani wonya akwanya e kasa wase na krata ya mania wabonyina ewa ha ne se kasa ne de panyini ka bebre na asamba ko a watum nkyene wa ha ne se wo se ye nyina yen kambom se buomade na efia mene wo me ye nyina yen hwe na yentimi nko entia se de be ya o me yebetimadi enkunim ewo efi hu ensensem hu akrata yi wabahu amane yire nchen eda anim ha enye asam ketwa na ewo esoro ha ya baabi nso na akrata yi wabo amane bi wa ha se ene tuapon beze ensia sese no wo mo aduru tebia bi a ekese wo mbetimi de ntete ama wo ma epese enya eginim de ewo business biemu akatai eno so abonhu amane eda esoro baabi na mahu se Assemblies of God of Penin papai eda nim here Reverend Wingam na papai na katai ebo amane se Assemblies of God from Penin for san kwa bato so ekoto ababiem se omo yi pani a ombesan etua asonna no na omo nyina kodi santimu no ebi mu ehwe wo mu kotu ni trousers hwe kambu kan ho no papai na omo sa to abade man se wombaye General Superintendent Emma Asafui a krate wabonhu amane a wode papai emfonyi atohia fefe fe na papai wa wini kotu ele ne tai se ya ne adwompa kan papai da bia wote ne nka e woda ubonsem mu ne da bia ne asamba ko no de ahwim na eja ai se nyame adwuma ne de wo ya na waye ne edin so na mo bia hu se wo ye emfa nkwahye da mu meeting
ye on se Pentecost yes yourself na ndin ta ba but I say it's the time where was so for no so mo so esua bi so mo ne hu nsole no wo ye adwuma pa onfa nyuma din siesie sa ti me bona ba so in fact Assemblies of God no how a was me to Tony o man
na ebi mo so mo free media for won se bi mu mfre yen
on some Rebecca was or them
no so ni asem no enti papa dia ye media for mo mra so ahia no aka na dem santi asofo mpanifo aka so ya monye sa media for no nsem nye de kakra bi ombe ya ma okama na bibia etimi adadin ko fitua so
abusia for delegate Abubakar na be na na go na nubu abusuti am ya ka ko fre no
na no fre ba ko pe o kana joda brother ho ato
yes fa news ne bra eni
akukwa menko
na ya Monday na ya juada ya na ya juada
ya wono me bi wo ha ye nka ne mfrem
na da bi na me kai
na se wan kan we was saying for me say chinya den
ye say chinya den
na wo kakra sei
o say
won say chinya den say
oh
mo be hard
Akokoa
me ma watch mo be hard was
o de so kan na ma ji se be chirim
ai nchirim
mi nchirim
mi
enti meso so ho Kofi Dawson ya ni
me pause
na jore obese audience si fom
oboa no de oboa
bi amfie ne
abisi abo daily guide of vakanta no na dem ani na anopai na wadi orua Paula Foko pempe na ni abrese kro da motem sem pipi amanyokuo no titira di bla no da bi ona na ekura no na dwuma ba boy na nsipi wanie enti ogidi ese ne second kame no wase otimi nya sa akwanya no nti nyankopon ya aduma ehwe nim se da wochena ana ono so nomination no wa akọ fale ne de so akọ fan ka 20 minutes ma aguma wie
say by Saturday na oma end filing, no, then they will start meeting almost various positions. No,
for vetting,
I think from Monday, no, the next Monday.
Okay.
So far, almost about 50 people.
Nyasam ketwa wakakora wa.
Okay. And then there are 50 battles.
Yes.
About 50 people. MPP top positions, no. Nyasam ketwa.
Hey.
Aye.
Eti ora Paula Foko nyambo ocho de nkata abeko ehonsem eda ha na eno echi no wedi akwadua di kan kadada sofo wode ne samba pa Reverend Ringam ne fonyi sa da ha biem asem kro na wode aba na sadia na Akokoa kan sisi ayi sababa pele da boka tadi aba uchirem se MPP amanyoko ni bia prom de to anum se won mama so mo ahwe no mu gidi esi amanyoko ma bia duru no wo mo de be so mo betima ye ni yam na ya kona magana fo ato abade amom 2028 no wama vankrata no nipa ko no se na enum mako aduonum 50
so first need him say national chairmanship no dey be fo bi na na omutin etimi apie mu ye na say 50 top
50 top
yes a 4 no dey and right baburu
enya asem ketwa
say
was it 4 no on the list na bo I di wom 5
chairmanship no ya 5 pa wono so man ko fa ne dey ampa enti afoku na hwan dombuadu na chema untumi abeshim
na ya tre no I think say Sami Crab swako wow na is a 4
increase ba say nyiwie by Saturday bwache jakon say yenya 5 ekikako wow
nya sam ketwa ma ko fa wai
but almost na oba no mu hyiehia o be hyiehia o be pe chairman no be pe communication no ba ko mahu so wa ba out the nanko ne miracle se be contest no
oh okay
o say won ko biem eti o mu so be hyiehia o mo prepositions ni nyina
oh anya sisi ono be ko no posu because no mu ye 2
until na say big gusu e ba say Saturday until Saturday ni de
mu gusu o fa
gusu e file
mu gusu e o mo file ba say pick ne de atwam
picking no menya date na twam
o miracle no mo de let's na ba
na until ko no post ene ene say edemma no oni obi ampre on say iskasa on say iskasa
oh sir okay
right and Supreme Court nso ho
Supreme Court nso ho say anani obeka kira wo say Supreme Court be kwa asetena na owura akodu opon kroma asem wode kodan wo mu say yesi atemuafo amakwan na nso yesi nsem bi wo odoma omutimi ko na omakoka owura akodu opon kroma kire mu say wote ase enye yi to de kodan Supreme Court course asetena no sekachi fasanse mu ekotu ba bi nam de so no ha ya ni bre ya kan ni bre nsem a we ya ka ho yey eti wama body sem na gu omu kire mu say wama na akwa ahomigiem mia na ya motibi dia sem kwotena fie na mi si da bi me dia me pa adwuma ho na me pa adwuma me ba adwuma ye si mi kwan si motibi dia akwa pa dom dodo amo ma ye adwuma
ya so wo
eti ya so wasem na da hanu ma na owura John Dramani Mahama so gara ma pen no kire mu say Adamus resources for wo so nsem na aye tintin no owura Mahama ba mu a chese ne nsem no ba be siesie a chese no so nsem eda hanu daily guide ama ne board nam kwadwo
yo ma me mfa the punch the bo ekrata no na mahu se Asante Mantem ha dwomtene de ma NPP was no kudamanyu krono owura chairman wode no kwakwa pia na papa woda ha ehye ni cheburu pa na wayesei wasemo na asema woka nyina nsewe sabi mpedua sa hwenu obia nkotena radio so anka kasa hunu bia no more loose talk on radio what the one pa kwa man nkofo ne se masa kotena radio so nka kwa asem wotra radio so aka de MP betima ye keka kwa asem bia wo sabi chairman nani abre wa ha what the one amom no
yɛmfa atemdidie nwini power. And in fact me tea na seminar I got something from it. Say if the MPP is going to go by this communication style no besesa.
Okay.
I would say already know there are complaints about the communication aspect of the MPP, which is making the party unattractive. And the Oche and say yemfa atemdidie nwini power. Then yes na MPP di win power in the previous into obehwese communication no one be streamline na afi mu a mo party didie ni ade ni nyina no wo motimi de ntete foforo.
Okay.
Enti eno na wo ka ho asem ti wo se nko radio so nko di atem.
Yeah. Enti enim ya KuroYa so ma hu se ECG abama na ebi wa ha o. Na wo se Nyankopon ya adoma echina no hwere be sensia e betwa kaniem kakra. Kania no ebebu nipa na ma hu se krata watwa sum bi na
echina ha be yesum.
Enti ene tomorrow enti don hwere kakra. Ti enimu be bisi ti ukania ne duma na yese ECG for na abo
6 hours
no hwinsia ntinya hwe kakra bi so ti premu kraya na light no what
mi hu sa no pa na sa nyu
ti no de kate so fa kata fa to so na ewuroma enchemu ni nyina eda ho enya samketwa na ma hu se Dr. Kwame Chei na kate ma hu se wote anim hia na nyina ni se na watwetwa mu no na epie dwa se ene lawyer Steven Kwabena Boaten a ne fen Kesben opani onya ne baby ko na mpanifo akunya ni ntirigusu a esu no kai na kate abohama ne se Dr. Kwame Chei so eba na ekọ ne fie ho enso ekọtworo ne nsem kakra wonim efa ho a kate abonho amane ewanim ya na mankranso DC na kate abamane se ogina hai na ogina hai mahu se na tae na ehye ne karasuom na ukraine sisi kama pa na ogina kwa bi so a mahu se omudi grade bi na adwudwuso ne nyina ene se ekwan ewo esukese na ewo ne mpotem ho a ne nyanya so da makontae so mo hwe na wo mo mpiantum se de be ya de hye a wo mo ho so betima ha wo mo ewa chemfire hu nsem eno na krata eche se aban ka chepani wo twa na mo akohwe si de dwadie no esi Kofi
say tomorrow na punch can I don't know say enra o chonti no ye na tomorrow because 24th date near 24th and date say
and 24th
and I'm global areas no
and do man of
prabon ne important honum no
right okay
I was your one year nothing but the truth
in my areas ni bi mbo
yes I aton suku wait nature say we are prabon and surrounding areas no
okay ntina mo adam ho so say duma no pay so dia no mo say 6 hours eseba
the informer or say nothing but the truth na just say no kra ntro no ba betwa no kra nkwa no ba bedie na esoro no no de ga na mampanyini oru agento amani mahama mfonyi di atrea en wo ka kire eye adifo no mo one mum twetwa soma hodo wa Ghana han me nyinam se wo soma hodo me ensan ya gya tumo anwe wa Christofo ene ye won kramofo ene ye won nananum soso ewo ho ene wo sere wo me so poma chew asomdwe ne ye hwehwe ade mpapa mu ntitimu di baba sommu de ye mpe bi kura ntino ye nyina ye nte ho ase ne entra somdwe mu no asem eda katafa to so eye enan na Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia woni fonni ato katafa to so enum anu o chese na ni bra abre no nyasam keto no so nkabomu anu obon dawuro yanke ya humbomu na praye wi ba ko na bu kabomu a bu awu no ye ne sei kra mu tiano wo dawuro no oguso a ene wo bo na owie ya so anu odi the two champions mfonyi di aba ora afanyoma ken mfonyi da ha sa so na eyesa media fisu mfonyi da ha na ja gold board won sensem ya sadem no ka se dia uchem se dom ketwa no mo che se ye gold board si wo o mepiem ewo eye amrase bedwam na o mechechiri mu die nti akoye ya won ma boka no gold board aboka no o mechirechirim etia no so ho asem wa ya se nchechiri mu no so o mehwe se baba TV so no obi hunu na atimi aboa na nchechemi bebrebe okoma na ayi accountability series ni nyina nso won
se parliament no de almost a house of records o kanene de ink ni kom kese ti e wono de wo mususu se akoye se aseni bia na agina nti no ne ye de komu anti well nkasa ye ni guso for today in history no my
the informer who asem no na abusuafo yenko eye bakosem enso so emuan na ene eye osana bosom da toso aduonu enan afempim bienu aduonu ensia eda eduada Monday 24th August 2026 na fuano etoso makomako ahanu ene aduasa ensia 236 days ena afimu ene day etoso aka na fuan polpol wo ha ene aduonu enkono 129 days more ni etimenya 365 days na manoma so etimi akonkan percentage of the year no 64.38%. na enano oba Ghana yana bakosema in fact eno ani nani nyama bɔ mmɔden ahwɛ archives ni mu nyinaa no yɛn sɛ da ni well documented history bi a ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Ghana anti yɛhwɛ ɛyɛ amanfoforo so deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ hɔ no mo na ɛnɛ ukɔ ɔman bi te sɛ Liberia wɔn mo ɛyi ɛnɛ da yi deɛ si hɔ no mo a wɔde ɛkai wɔn mo frankaa nti wɔn mo flag no wɔn mo ɛwɔ da wɔn de ɛhyɛ n'animonyam National Flag Day ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Liberia na wohwɛ wɔn mo anya afa ahodie July 26 1847 no ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɔsana bosom da toso aduonu ɛnan ɛna kyɛso wɔn timi ɛnso so endorse yɛ wɔn mo ɛyɛ national flag a ɛne wɔn mo ɛwisuo no eti ɛnɛ no ɛyɛ mfisia na toso mako 179 days years kafra na 179 years a wɔn mo so timi ɛgye wɔn national flag yi ɛde tu monti no ɛda ne duru bi a 24 August bi aduru a wɔn mo ɛhyɛ da ebodwa obi a nkɔ adwuma ɛyafo da in fact ɛwɔ hɔ no mo de hyɛ flag no animonyam Ghana ha yɛ flag no yɛ wɔda bi saa na yɛde sɛdeɛ paa ne yɛyɛ no ɛwɔ Ghana ha no ma ɛne wɔsi yɛ so yɛtimi nya da bi a gidi yɛ betumi ɛnso ɛde aboa yɛn na wokɔ ɛyɛ obi man so ɛno ɛyɛ US a ɔsɛ US wɔnom ɛwɔ ɔman a anaso mu kuropɔn a ɛfɛn sɛ Washington ɛyɛ DC ɛhɔnom ɛna in fact wɔnom nso so ɔmo White House no ɛwɔ na ɛnɛ no ɛyɛ mfisia no pɔlipɔli 212 years a that was August 24th 1814 ɛyɛ British foɔ ɛkɔto hyɛ US foɔ so mɛkyerɛ wɔnom ahenkuro yi so ɛhyɛ adan ahodoɔ ɛwɔ hɔ no mo afei so ɔmo White House yi ɔmo san so twa agya to mmɔ ɛhyɛ ne grabu na ɛyɛ British foɔ no sahina wodi wɔn anim ɛyɛ Major General Robert Ross wɔno ɛna edi wɔn anim ɛkɔdi sɛbisɛbi kafra to saa nsɛmɔni yi na deɛ ma wɔn so tu saa na mo wei ɛne sɛ ntɔkwa bi di kan kɔ so 1812 between ɛyɛ US ne British foɔ ɛntɛm ɛnam so ma US foɔ wɔn so ɛkɔhyɛ ɛne Toronto ne den saa tam na yɛ yoke saa na ne yɛ frɛ no na ɛyɛ Toronto ɛno wɔ ɛyɛ apa Canada hɔ no mo wɔn so kɔtwa agya tum ɛhyɛ ne dwerɛbɛn ɛno yɛ US foɔ no nti ɛhyɛ ɛyɛ British foɔ no ahoroba na sɛ hyɛ ɔmo abufuo so wɔn nso so bɛyɛ biribi ɛde atua US foɔ saa na mo no ɔmo tuyɛ no ɛso ɛka ɛno ɛnam so a wɔn so ɛkɔhyɛ ɛyɛ US foɔ mo ahenkuro anaasɛ ɔmo kuropɔn Washington ɛma afei kora no wɔn White House wɔn na mampanyin kyan ne adeade no wɔn ɛkɔhyɛ no nti 212 years ɛso ɛne pepepe.
Okay, yes. Right. Thank you very much. Insura 104.5. The KuroYiMuNsem na poso any idea bro no.
Na Kofi, Mr. Yonko ba ku bi a otua enkra firi nyina hini.
Yeah.
Na ene eye na woda. Na ma memfa saa akonya yiso na memfa happy birthday to nkokora enkoma no. Happy birthday nkoma Odro Barima Dennis. Dodo na efre no Barima Odro. We century a woto enkra de ma multimedia dwuma ko ya dum ni nhira efiri nyina hine na na woda nyame nhira no na onye ne kese papa happy birthday enko abonten fan Kofi Jola over to you.
All right, thank you very much Insura 104.5 nti yeguso na ensem no edos ma memfa birthday wish we so ema enuanom mo so enes wo celebrate your birthday ma memfa belated we insha say we Samuel Echampon Samuel Echampon ne Jeff the last one my memfa last one Mr. Samuel Echampon Pepra Mampon Municipal Secretary for GRNMA Enra ne your birthday to happy belated birthday to you. May the good Lord continue to bless you with all your heart desires and enjoy your day. I mean inshallah the years ahead and your blessings be bree and found. Right. See you at the Nana Edu Cloth, the Window Foundation, and Nana Edu Danso, and your birthday. happy birthday to you. See you. I mean, in shower, I would understand all my own quatintia who do na Sikano de Brimra, and you find critical combat. Also, my happy birthday. Another one to Eagle Icy. Eagle Icy, your birthday. And I mean, shower, would understand your Cassipa, we or your jump to near the papa. I feel a brandy bana very soon. Obewa be chen wo mukra jeze di kan ni na enya asem ketra we kakraba me ho ameso ni mu ne ne de pan ti munya wad na mu nso ni mu ntem ti eye team eye Eagle Eyes ni nyina wo mu ma happy birthday, especially Asari Samuel. Also wish you all the best in your endeavors. Nti nyame nsha na wonya okese. Mary Gorivi Sam, a midwifery officer, and a position for Midwife Society Ghana. Very wonderful lady. Inti for the secretary position, no, Midwife Society Ghana. Inti momuano na piano nensano efenso otro ye pa typing so ya de secretary adwuma no grammar no so kan yi ti momuano ai piano nko. Inti Midwife Society omo agi awo no ai omo so de omo hwe no omo mu ansana so hu enti bibia be fine onyankopon koso amwa no na enti Mary Goridi Sam, we wish you well.
I'm happy so I say we say happy glorious birthday to Filippo Inzaghi.
Okay,
Filippo Inzaghi, or woman so Janinso. May the Almighty God bless him with good health, long life and prosperity. If we nana hima yo bon sasa honeba now we as usual Dr. Abedi Kwadaso contractor and Edebaye. Happy birthday to Filippo Inzaghi. The next one I'll say a happy birthday to our mother, Madame Georgina Nsia. Ya ono so just so a child crum if we ne son-in-law nasi bema ho and ne baba ho and Mr. Okay, you're from Mr. and Mrs. Boache Befi. Omuna ne ma happy birthday.
Right. I mean, show my order no so you know onya mo kese pa mamu nkwatentia hodi wom. Tibu amudi mu birthday nyina se wo de so amahami anka. We wish you a special happy birthday and more blessings ahead. The pa mamu nkwa
Sambi Jamfinya fe mo so oboka agree FN saying Lands and Natural Resource Minister na mo de mutin
nye so oboka
sa
na why na ka patriotic party de e de hedin ko hu se obi aboka IMF na atworo e wo mo report mu say abranti bia me bia atwam na oye nisa se twam po a kire mpanyifo etim combine president ne vice ene ne mpanyifo nyina so mo ye criminals kanse makese to omo so no nene power ne tene ya mane dibie se onkoton sika kokko ma Ghana man no okoton aboka enye ne kan oko IMF report no a paragraph 13 page 10 no eho ene ya tro ene se abrantie no na no ya no sa abrantie na kwakoton sika akwa aboka
na abrantie be
aye samija mfi ani nwa keto atia no so timo sister station joy FM na no pa ya ye kasai ne obo defense ono ana enura no wo ya attack eye nisa sem twampo wo krum ha efre panyini bia ya mane di bia so wondi Ghana ni mu bia se wo ya criminal or incompetent na always with this gross incompetence or causing willfully causing financial loss to the state and ukoboso se one way ya wo chane be condition be ya kese a na ye ma so
mu hunu no do
ye hunu ano na mom ni mfia wodie no wo hwe se wo chena fidie no na omudi yi chairman Benedict Buosi akọ na wo ko mfiase mfie duonu no sa fidie no yi no wa hwe yi a na ne bre a wo bo nyina ha no ebetwa ne mfie ya ketewa yi so eno ne ya bihihye na nka me hu yi ka sika de ye nton sika moka na sa brantia unim de a wa che Ghana nyina se wo de wo ye competent even at your age no mo ma ye lawyer akese abo brand ade nyina no a incompetent na ne ye ma asoma se ko adwama so ko ton sika akọ ma ye no ko to sika akọ Ghana ha na wo bokara se fan Ghana Bank of Ghana ye de se na nye
that's like
I'm simple ma
okay
meja asoma me obi me papa etunja na o se me nkona me nkoto jambra no no nkoton na wonim pa se eja na ese kameto ne bia 5 cities na ida se me me dia adwembone edis kan bia koka ho ama nipa na oto na se nipa me to ne 3 cities ena me de 111 cities ato so ena me de mbra meja so nkoton meja de akwa adwema so koton no okọ ye ne ese ade ne bo nde obetuma to 4 cities meanwhile so na me akoda no akoto 4 cities from the producers and to meja no de bekwa adwema so no de lorry fare kan ho a oton 4 cities enye ba na me se on sound me fan ba fie ntino na so oton ne sa no boka enu ni ye chechere Ghana fomu se ebo no okoto wo krom ha no ana ebo na dia Bank of Ghana de ko adwama so ayakwa boka enti wu no amma Bank of Ghana boka enti gold board tina IMF Bank of Ghana di no mu bo gold board se gold board panyini ye CEO yewura sameja mfi obeye ye chenchenche wo krom ha no no saa yewura no na ene abrantie zuko no man na onye sika eye chenchenche ahemfo na eye no saa branche na akoko dibia akoko dibia ma Ghana aboka enti Bank of Ghana uko page paragraph 13 page 10 no wo mambo Bank of Ghana din because wo nim nipa wo di saa nsamone no se dem panyini ka nsamone tin ye che din no IMF football gold board din na gold board so wo ba na ye sameja fi na abondin wo ti ase enne yen kanche Ghana fo nyina se abranche no na akoko boka enne ka de said opinion because ya bokagu some jefia me bokagu
but IMF
na good nkwade hu
IMF city be say Bank of Ghana are making loss of 1.7 billion no
1.7 no good but me chire me na simple terms some jefia
okay won chira se no
paragraph 13 page 10 no hono ye bo good board din so o mu na akwakoto adena board Ghana Bank of Ghana akoto boka eto mo bo gold board na ye kan say gold board be chechere nsemu a Flagstaff House and a seat of government and ko chechere nsemu accountability on or a CEO of an entity e di ko chechere mu bia anka gold board platforms na ko gina na ko chechere me de no ko gina seat of government and say aban a platform so for accountability no ka sa chere Ghana for e chechere be bia du na ni ye nyan o mo unsa branch na boka enne maye mu na mene say even ko chira no enya kanu nko o che be bisa say what were the sources of the gold wa wokoto ye ma Bank of Ghana galamse gold dia wo ka hu bi ena ma galamse no e kosoro se galamse gold no koto ma aban ena aban so ye hwe ya hwe no akokoto gold no a because we say man say nyina akokoto gold na se anaso koto kokompo na child labor e mo mu a amama bebre nto enti ye bisa se ukoma so ne man say area ho DCE for egi receipt eman ko for the chamfan ko nwuram e de excavator ko nwuram e bra yenim se ukwa hayo e mfa excavator ko e mfa chamfan ko sa gold bi na sami dem fi ko toye e de come Bank of Ghana no na yaboka na all these things tomorrow will be investigated na yen tena wo din NDC for emfa asukwa nya ya chenchene krom ha o e kana wo bono ye ka kire no enu tin Bank of Ghana no musuro say the next fiscal year they will not even invest in gold board going to buy with their money because there omusuma na de dika mu okoye no eno ama boka chenchenche 1.7 billion awudi baga na sika ni mu a 22 billion say sika no omu one job 3 shift no agebetim de aye enne NDC for ya for maduma time so nya butere wo se wan wo se nya butere one shift one job 3 shift no omu promise ye no say sika na agebetim de aye aka kuma si road enne on a weekly basis you lose about 30 people, 20 people, no, consistently, no. You bet me there, yes, I can't know manaba. It is our canoe, some of them fear I abono. A candy is so criminal that we have to be very careful now. A branch and on to no. No record of Fasua, or try as one as Uncle to his Kawa. There is our corner as one as a cotton moboke. No, try to the mission are obey my yamana. The dinner papa, papa. Eh, Nani Nimson Corno dear. Oso abofo no obu atan yi atan ankebetwa suma ne so nkoton sika akwa ma oboka me hu bi da abrante sami demfi na menim se betwa suma so nkoton sika akwa ma ne moka na ne kokori de se de se unfa coins grama sika kokɔ a mama nyina pebie readily cash a mo pebie ato ɛne aso mo akɔtɔ boka na koko a ɛne already medical say no ana cashew yɛ de hyɛ sam gyamfin sa ahwe kuri bɛbɔ ekuri bɛbɔ ɛno ni awie ma yɛ mhyehyɛ na nem de aba betena no pai ka che Ghana fo nyina sɛ ɛne NDC abansɛm a mo kan opposition ɛne nyoma a mo yɛ ne no sie de amamu ni sɛ mo sɛ ɔmo nkɔ 4 years after 2028 a wɔn hwe ya eja wadwo ɛne nyina betwa okroma enti eguso me kan maka ba besi me MPP party for so si yesrɛ mo sɛ mudo Ghana sɛ the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia do Ghana no a sɛ mudo Ghana sɛ Ghana mpanyinfo nyina do Ghana no a mien kan hu mom as a party ni entutu enyuma ye ni ntimi ndi ya dance because the NDC ye edu 2028 de kokoto aba ne ye ka ye so ye de no mo kan mo de ni comes nowhere near the performance of Nana Danko Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ade no na wo hwe nchechemu no nyoma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eye engagement ni ade a wo ye nyina e chese o kire de o ma ni che nsemu a enam se wasom for 8 years as vice president 8 years as opposition vice presidential aspirant no what says no ye no e yade de Ghana che nsemu a ne do no ne hunhu a wo ma Ghana no obetuma bu Ghana ye asin amamu a his excellency John Dramani Mahama ene obu ya wontimi fa one policy me start a wo one policy a omo ba ye ewura fie bia mu enkokon kitinkiti omo de ba ye e NDC branch executive omo de mo me madan say ya afukonta e subin o ebe busumini na branch executive obi ade na akoba ba no hia new amokum no mu kun no mu nyina akyare ye mani so anya so obi see o
uti hobby
me say branch coordinator or me am school me am mata new amokum ana eso obi afa na akoba akombra
no mu bekum no
ana mu kun ye party o new amokum school mo na bigina ho nya obi see o enti NDC policies and programs o mo dey ba no so selfish inclined say and na bibia no is about NDC branch executive adwuma branch executive ye MPP ne dia na the NDC ne aba be show ye MPP enti o mutimi create adwuma e betima ma fa o mabunu nyina enu ne ya musisi ne bibia no ma maji so mo comment na mo kwa attack anybody but the question is asema yewura osahen afenyo mark bisa asame jamfini ebesi na yenya ho moye na okokoye no wa oba be paiya utunufo baby entia oye ni sase twampo forgetting say he was not directing his question and the anger at afenyo mark he was speaking to the whole world and Ghana to be specific now ko je onu wa as the okko boxing ring him no okko bu opponent he was just there to answer a question now osan yina some obisa on behalf of the people of this country say papa ye dis ga okko sika ye mo sika say ko ko to sika okko na okko to ere ko nim the source of the gold whether it's galamsey or community mining or large scale mining and look at the mbisa na mum say na okko to no Ghana Bank of Ghana afọ nwa akọkọ ka na omo se ochina omo fo sika ma be hyembium sa question e bisa one odi abufo ebe ye ni sesem twampoa e ma na platform no ani sesem ni mpoatwa e na obeye ye ni atenie by the say we will not lose focus we are still asking the question what boka na say moka ye ya dwunim ni dia ai mafa ka che ne hu se Ghana ya bokagu next time yes one biom enti be say man panyin say so betimi ayi na firi ho
all right
no po bi obetimi ayi adwuma no any problem because the papa na here no mass murder
okay
but a mass murder
and I me da ho weekend uti fie pa na wo pa bibia di sambi jamfi nya hwe mo so oboka agree your friend saying Lands and Natural Resource Minister na mo de mutin
ye ne so oboka
sa
na why na ka patriotic party de e de heading kom so obi aboka IMF na atworo e wo mo report say abranti bia maybe atwam na oye ni sase twam po akire mpanyifo etim combine president ne vice ene ne mpanyifo nyina so mo ye criminals kan se makese to mo so no ne power ne tene ya man dibie se onkoton sika kokko ma Ghana man no akoton aboka enye ne kan oko IMF report no a paragraph 13 page 10 no eho ene atworo ene se abrantie no na no ya no sa abrantie na akoton sika akwa aboka
abrantie be
aye same jamfi ani nwa keto tia no so timo sister station joy FM na no pa ya ye kasai ne obo defense ono ana enura no wo ya attack eye ni sasem twampo wo krum ha ɛfrɛ panyini bi a yɛma no de bia sɛ wɔndi Ghana anim biara sɛ ɔyɛ criminal ɔyɛ incompetent na ɛnɛ ɔyɛ exhibit this gross incompetence a or causing willfully causing financial loss to the state ɛnɛ wokɔbɔ so sɛ wɔnhwɛ yi a wɔkyɛne bail condition bɛyɛ akɛseɛ a na ɛnɛ yɛma
asɛ muhunahuna no dodo
ɛyɛ muhunahuna no na mmom ne mfie a wɔdie na wɔhwɛ sɛ wɔkyena fidie no ɛnɛ ɔmode ayi kyɛma bɛnadetwubu asi akɔ ɛnɛ wɔkɔ mfie ase mfie aduonu no saa fidie no yi no wɔnhwɛ yi a na ne bere a wɔbɔ nyinaa no ɛbɛtwa ne mfie yi a ɛyɛ ketewa yi so ɛno no yɛyɛ hyehyɛ na nka mehu yei ka sika deɛ yɛntɔn sika mmɔka na sɛ aberanteɛ a wonim de a wakyerɛ Ghana nyinaa sɛ wo deɛ woyɛ competent even at your age na ɔmo yɛ lawyer akɛseɛ abɔ bra ne adeɛ nyinaa no a incompetent na ɛnɛ yɛ ma asoma wo sɛ kɔdwama nso kɔtɔn sika akɔ ma yɛ na wakɔtɔ sika akɔ Ghana ha na wɔbɔ kana sɛ fa nhyɛ Ghana Bank of Ghana yɛde sɛ na nyɛ ye simple ma mɛgya asoma me obia me papa ɛtɔn gya na ɔsɛ me nkɔ na me nkɔtotɔ gya mbra na ɔno nkɔtɔn na wɔnim paa sɛ ɛgya no ɛsɛ nka metɔ no bi a 5 cedis na ida sɛ memede adwembɔne ɛde sika no bi akɔka ho ama nipa no a wɔtɔn anasɛ nipa no metɔɔ no 3 cedis ɛna memede 111 cedis ato so ɛna mede mbrɛ mɛgya sɛ wɔnkɔtɔn no mɛgya de akɔ adwama so wɔkɔtɔn na wɔkɔɔ yɛ ne yɛ sɛ a ade ne boɔ no deɛ wobɛtumi atɔ no 4 cedis meanwhile so na me akɔdaa no akɔtɔ no 4 cedis from the producers and to make another adwama so no no the lorry fare kan ho a wɔtɔn no 4 cedis enye yi banam sɛ on sound timi fa mba fie ntino na so wɔtɔn ne saa no boka ɛno ne yɛ kyerɛkyerɛ Ghana fo mu sɛ ɛboɔ no a ɔkɔtɔ wɔ kurom ha no ɛna boɔ no ɛdi a Bank of Ghana de kɔ adwama so ayɛ kɔkɔ boka enti wo no amma Bank of Ghana boka enti gold board ti IMF am Bank of Ghana di no mo bo gold board sɛ gold board panyini yɛ CEO yɛwura samegya mfie ɔbɛyɛ ayie kyɛnkyerɛnkyɛ wɔ kurom hanom no saa yɛwura no na ɛnɛ abranteɛ asokɔ no ma na ɔnyɛ sika ɛyɛ ayie kyɛnkyerɛnkyɛ ahemfo na ɛyɛ no saa abranteɛ na akɔkɔ di dwa wakɔkɔ di dwa ma Ghana abɔka enti Bank of Ghana wokɔ page paragraph 13 page 10 no a wɔma mbɔ Bank of Ghana din because wɔn nim nipa a wɔdi saa nsamɔne no sɛdeɛ mpanyini kasa nsɛmɔne ti na yɛkyɛ din no IMF football gold board din na gold board so wɔ bɔ a na yɛ samegya mfie na abɔ din wote ase ɛnɛ yɛn kankyɛ Ghana fo nyina sɛ abrante no na akɔ ka ɛnɛ ka deɛ sɛdeɛ ɔpanyin because ya boka gu samegya mfie me ya boka gu
but IMF
na gold nkwade yɛhu
IMF city baby say Bank of Ghana are making loss of 1.7 billion no
1.7 no gold board me kyerɛ mu na me simple terms sɛ samegya mfie
okay wo nkyerɛ se no
paragraph 13 page 10 no ɔno yɛ bɔ gold board din so wɔn na akɔkɔtɔ adena bɔɔdɛ ma Ghana Bank of Ghana akɔtɔ abɔka etu wɔn bɔ gold board na yɛ kan sɛ gold board bɛ kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm a ɛyɛ Flagstaff House ana seat of government ɛna ɔkɔ kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm accountability ɔno ɔyɛ CEO of an entity eti kɔ wɔn kyerɛkyerɛ mu bi a anka gold board platform so na ɛsɛ kɔ gyina na nkɔ kyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛde na ɔkɔ gyina seat of government anaasɛ aban platform so for accountability na ɔkasa kyerɛ Ghana fo ɛkyɛ sɛ baabi adu na ni yɛ nyan ɔmo hu sɛ aberanteɛ no abɔka ɛnɛ mma yɛ mu hu sɛ even kɔ ɔkyena no ɛnyɛ ka no nko a o ɔkyɛ biribi bisa no sɛ what were the sources of the gold a wɔkɔtɔ yɛde ma Bank of Ghana sɛ galamsey gold di a wɔka ho bi ɛna ama galamsey no ɛkɔ soro sɛ galamsey gold no ɔkɔtɔ ma aban ɛna aban so ayɛ hwɛ no no akɔkɔtɔ gold no a because wiase amansa nyinaa wokɔtɔ gold na sɛ anaasɛ wokɔtɔ nkoko mpo na child labour ɛmɔ mu a amama bebree ntɔ enti yɛ bisa sɛ ukɔ manso ne amanse area hɔ DCE for ɛgye receipt ɛma nkɔfɔ de chamfan kɔ nwuram ɛde excavator kɔ nwuram ɛbrɛ yɛnim sɛ ukɔ hayo yɛmfa excavator nkɔ yɛmfa chamfan nkɔ saa gold no bi na samegya mfi kɔtɔɔyɛ ɛde kɔma Bank of Ghana no ɛnɛ yɛabɔka no anaa all these things tomorrow will be investigated na yɛntena hɔ din ɛma NDC for ɛmfa asokwa nyaeɛ akyenkyene kurom ha o ɛka na wɔabɔ no yɛka kyerɛ no ɛno nti na Bank of Ghana no mu suro sɛ the next fiscal year they will not even invest in gold board going to buy with their money because deɛ wɔn suma no deɛ di kan mu ɔkɔɔyɛ no ɛno ama wɔn abɔka kyɛnkyɛnkyɛn yɛ 1.7 billion awudi ba Ghana sika no mu a ɛyɛ 22 billion saa sika no wɔn one job 3 shift no akebɛtim de ayɛ ɛnɛ NDC for a yafo wɔn adwuma time nso nyabotere wɔn hyehyɛ wɔn wosɛ nyabotere one job 3 shift no a omo promise ye no sa sika na kebetim da ye aka Kumasi road ene on a weekly basis you lose about 30 people no 20 people no consistently no ebetim da ye sa kwan no manaba it is how can one some dem fear abono e can ye so criminal that we have to be very careful now abrante no on to no mfo no we ko be fa so a o kira ye soma ne se nkoto iska akwa na iska akwa na ye soma se koto no mabokai no o kira ko e de dwuma mi se sa obetima yam na yi de na papa na ye na ehu papa ehu na ne nim se nko no de oso abofo no obu atan yi atan anke betima soma ne so nkoto iska akwa ma oboka me hu bi da abrante sami demfi ne me nim se betima soma so nkoto iska akwa ma ne moka na ne kokko de se de se unfa coins grama sika kokko a mama nyina pebie readily cancer mo pebie ato eni aso mo akoto amboka na kokko a ene already medical say no ana cashew ye de sesa me jamfin sa awe kuri bebo ekuri bebo enu ni wi ma yem hihie na nem de ba betena no pai ka che Ghana fo nyina say ene NDC abanse mo kan opposition ene nyoma mo ye ne no see the
find the solutions to some of these issues and call the attentions of leadership. Emma ye share no maybe ye na ye because my catcher say aha no de ye can say de tie no a ubitimi apemasem mu pa ubeta me nyamasem but when is about Ghana and no one sem ne ye ka na ade a ekosu sese last week ina de wokrum de na ekoso Ghana obo ade a cheye ade eno mo ode amaye bi esika akọ yedi hu dwa de ho bra no ye de ho mfaso no de bo man ne ho bra na ne beto odwa ne se oman yakodi eye sika akọ hu dwa utie eye mampani ne na pamfo mu dwumadi a wo mu di ne ade a wo mu kire se sika akọ no a ye ton no emu sika ni bi ana wo de so ye economy ni mu a dutie ye wura to forcing eye fotosamfo de ma o man a wo kire se ye hu nsenkyerene a ye hu o man mu economy no ye ka ye de ye timi tua na inflation ba fam na interest rate ni ade no so aba fam amene interbank rate no mo kire se sia no eno ka ho bi ena me ye hu no around the teens ho no. Until last time trade drop it by 14, which is now between 14, 18, oko other places where we used to be around 30, edi 25 ni ade no. Eswat no a. Gold hu sika no bi ebe re economy no eka ho bi ne ehu de ehu no. Dollar no a wo manage no so wo kire se gold no mo koton no hu sika ni bi. Ene wo di wura mu a ye de manage nti utimi se gold no so mfaso do. Eye oman no enya so mfaso. Baradia ne nemu ne se gold ni dwadie mu no eka abechire anase operations ni mu emu dwumadie ni mu no anamotu a ye di dwa no eka biaba na IMF International Monetary Fund womu a ebo ye besia 3 billion ya ye koje besia ye tua enu nti krom ka kire se mamo mfa obi ni mu adwuma ye mamo ikota de nkyese womu ye nhyehyɛ de mai womu ne tutu ya na mo si ye na anu ya ye se ye wie ya ye ne womu ebo brass wo mbɛkyɛ de mum ye ne womu kasa no sa anamotuo ni nyina mu no kyerɛ yen se ye betumi abɔ ye ho bra ne ye nya sika afri gold mu de abɔ man ne ho bra de a ene na ye se ye betu ne benya ne enkopa besi emfiri ama no ne emfa made na se gold adwadie no ehun ye ese yetimi di ne ye ne ye disika no ewuram because IMF ye kwaje $3 billion tisi yetimi ton gold ne yetimi nya 10 billion ananse 20 billion kura ne de bewura o man ne ye di so ya sene ne yetimi de kɔ yanimu a eye better. But the issue is that ese adwadie ni mu no ekaba IMF no the report aba se eja omu na ehwe yanamo in fact ye wie ye nche 2025 ni nyina omu hwe yanamo ne ade nti omu the report aba se ye gold no eton ni mu no anase gold adwadie ni eka bi bai na no na ye wura afenyo marking eye domkumi a wo na hye bedwafie ba no dani ejina simpie so na wotwe mu ekofa saa hawo nyina ne mu dede nyina bakurumi ekoka se eye gold board e na abo saa aka no na yentie no kakra
sɛ obi akɔyɛ adwuma mpo wɔ baabi na sɛ ndɛ iyokofoɔ ɛɛtaataa no iyokofoɔ ɛɛtaataa binom attorney general yɛ press conference ɔsi o obi mpo ɔyɛ ayaban adwuma ɛka 5 million cedis 3 million cedis 10 million cedis yɛtumi frɛ wɔ iyoko na wakɔda hɔ na yɛsɛ fa agyapadeɛ a ɛsomboɔ fa branch ama wo bail na neɛ gobɔfoɔ bail deɛ ɛbɛyɛ ho wei deɛ saa 22 billion losses yi a ɔmo si gold board abɔka yi ɛneɛ ne ho bail esika bɛn na yɛde bɛdi bail ɔho wiase sɛ deɛ teɛ yɛsɛ wɔ
asɛm wei ɛna afɛnwoma kenkɔ kae yɛsi gold board abɔ kai na wapagya report no nti woba facebook a wohu video no so wapagya report no wɔde kyerɛ IMF report no sɛ yɛsi gold board abɔ ka and ɔkasa extensively on it sɛ gold board abɔ ka nti sɛ megya mfi bill ɛbɛyɛ kɛseɛ paa when ɛneɛ ebia ɛbrɛ so sɛ wɔn ɛprobu na but ade baako a wonim sɛ yɛ ana yɛn yɛka ho asɛm ne gye tuatoɔ is about facts and the detail of every issue ever. Say, in fact, if you are being very objective, IMF report no, obi at me can kind brofo. And yadi ye different. Jeff Fatu Sumaye. Paragraph 13 ye clear. Said ye afenyo marking jina simpie so kafa gold board no. Afenyo we chantro per the reference to IMF report. In fact, about 47 times gold board di eba mu ewo report ni nyina mu no wan kase gold board aboka. IMF never said that. And I repeat, about 47 times gold board ADP report ni mu no wan kase gold board aboka. And so na enwanwa se brofo a eda screen so a nyina ye betumi akan ba about DGPP domestic gold purchase program ya Bank of Ghana and ye ni dwumadie a Bank of Ghana man sika kura bia batan and di ho dwuma. In fact, I was surprised here reading report ni nyina I was start here I was say losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million. Now it's 2024 ye boka $400 million e wo gold edwadiem. Enti nyina IMF report in paragraph 13 ehye. Na se gold ni ye hyase ye bo ho ka no eye ni dwadie ho ka no enye 2025 nye ne IMF a reference. And what say 2025 nso the significant scaling up of DGPP no ye gold purchase program no ye sika sem no sika ko no ho dwadie no operations no ye no ye pije mu kese pa anti se gold no tonin ton no emu dwadie no kosoro kese pa anti ma ye kaso a ye boye no e kosoro e bedru $1.7 billion. But catch your 2024 ye boka $400 million. 2025 or say significant scaling up just say said ye si to go di hu dwan ye pije mu dodo e ko na nimu pa anti be wiase ye bo e chirika $1.7 billion. Or say almost entirely related to gold for oil, gold for reserve door purchases. This amount to a loss of 17% of value of the gold sold by the Bank of Ghana. A judicial report no so or say Bank of Ghana or say sold by Bank of Ghana. Eti gold board no kototo gold. Na Bank of Ghana atoni gold. Eti Bank of Ghana kotoni gold no na oboka umebo gold IMF no kra ka say sold by Bank of Ghana. Na ade etieni say there was significant scaling up. Gold no chese ne to ene ne ton ho adwadie ekosoro. E kire say oto enoma no 10 bucks. Me fan so wato aburo 10 bucks. Oto 10 bucks a 1,000 cedis. Na wo bo ho ka eye me fan say wato wasendi obi akoto aburo bag 1,000 cedis. Eye 10 bucks 1,000 cedis. Na waboka eye 10 cedis a. Oto about 50 bucks a. what can no enye 10 cedis biem definitely why increasing we scaling up we purchase no ma wo to nti no what can no ebe kosoro abrosa obe boka be 50 cedis because times 5 of the losses you make. This is common logic. But the issue here is when losses na yesi abano afa no marking attributing to a gold board report on enkasa and the emphasis was on gold board. And I was surprised because we a common comprehension reading grammar what lost by ewo and oka operations no say enoma eka ho a ema eka no ba nyina and my country was about 47 times obo nyina never said gold board. And that one they are told. Also, most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between Forex Bureau rates paid to gold and the CD reference, paid to purchase gold and the CD reference. Which on can say omukoto gold no. Yes, small scale miners no say omo twefam e the gold no kwa ma wo do so koto ntino. Wo no moto no men can say black market price. Na omo betro the Bank of Ghana books no omo tro interbank rate na. And so mko abonti omoto market price na black market price na eno wo so nti dollar no interbank rate 11 cedis a omko abonti esan se o kwa abochi wa akwaje dollar na obeto no obeto be 12 cedis no wono mo so to wo small scale miners wa wo de be mo 12 cedis but omo ba ometro no Bank of Ghana books no 11 cedis nti eden ya that forex difference then what kind of no ebe be losses which is explained there. But adia ba kwa wa ne say Bank of Ghana, say their operations are not to make profit. But operations ne so betumi a sustain the economy no. That is what they do. And to trade the bia ye bia ne so behwese economy no ma betumi akoye na hen. We have made losses. We must be interested in the 22 billion loss no. Dear ne ya nye ne here SS sano ne ye na foforo betumi ama ye moka ebeduru saa. That is what we should be thinking about right now. And yet, say you did blame Ekoma baby, any say blame Neko. And you see a deep blame Ekoma because maybe a person will attack you binti. A be only will be a personal problem and I be at senti as being alleged. And to be a will be directed towards that. And yet no will report him. And it's facts and evidence. In fact, as I speak, Osha losses I am making. This is not the first time a Bank of Ghana is making losses on gold trade. And I say, oh, Boka will go to. In fact, since 2021, 2021, 15 million, 2022, $9 million, 2023, $120 million, 2024, $400 million, 2025, and we are asking ourselves, say, baby, I druno, a Bank of Ghana, any year, will go trade anymore, and I'm happy, say, to say, gold board ebe starting on one kasa kotokra enkoye Bank of Ghana na ekoton bi mo abekwa koton. And if that happens then a kediba we can blame gold board for it. But then yes the report has emphasized a Bank of Ghana and a koton gold no ono a make that particular losses no and yebe shifty blame to the other side. It must be made clear. Now, Joy News, I fact check on this. Jeff, Bank of Ghana, we know. No, not this one. The fact check on gold board. What check it say gold board and on the board canana. Or see minorities claim after your mark in a some workano. Dear Yashishima Yehuni. Or see gold board did not make any trading loss in 2025. Its own audited accounts show a surplus. There's a gold board krano so no na yinu krano ni sika de man so mfa ni dwuma krano bi ka ekire ene ade a chese o ma yenya mfaso wo so. But the 22 billion figure the minority cited is real and correctly quoted from the IMF. It is the Bank of Ghana loss under the gold purchase program. Medical Canada. Over the next one, or say, nowhere in either IMF document nor in the 47 separate mentions of gold board across the 182-page staff report, and not in paragraph 13 itself that the IMF say gold board caused the loss or that the loss sits on gold board's books. And the structural breakdown of gold board dwumadi ni say they are only agent for Bank of Ghana. Jisika koto gold brem o de ba ono Bank of Ghana de oni gold bere de no gold board de enye na sem so koton what it is one man crofo. And when you read the reporter, some of the discounter Bank of Ghana na de ma wo mu a ton and also contribute to the losses. And when gold board na ekoya na. So some of these things come in where we need to ask questions. We need to actually face the truth as how it is now. Economic losses there etimiba ewededim. Na me pen say yebekwa koton gold no. Na sa small scale miners no. Yebema wo mo sa bonuses ahodo ni bi mo di gold na maye dan so mbe smuggle because when smuggling dey cost ye. Je farmer in between 2019 to 2024. Gold aye smuggle free Ghana hanko anu a wo man no anya mu sika no. Eye $11.4 billion ene da ho no. Ni amanfo ria de fasuma se gold a ye de free o man mu fasuma se e de dwane free o man mu a o man no anya so mfaso no is $11.4 billion. It is ye lusu way any 1.4 something billion dollars no $1.7 billion and so be lusu $11.4 billion no we a businessman de hinanka befa the common logic. It is a ye motivate small scale miners no mo mfa de na mfasuma se mfa nyira ne ye moka to some of these level $11.4 billion ne benya gold no atimi akoto anya musika de ababo mu ane ho bra. What is the noise? What is the noise? And ade ba ko a me hu ne say etwa se losses na aba no ye kire mu yi 2 cedi kwa ha we ye say na ultimate trim. Apart from that, another thing that Abane say Afenyomakin has been accused say or extorted ana or jisika or extortionist sami jemfiaka says as me buy no Afenyomakin or you be or extorted and say or di ni tumi yakaso be extortionist or ye criminal onya ni sika ana onya ne japade e free enkrofo ehun ebra wo use force ana threat ana intimidation ana wo power bia wo de ne power no epopo wuji bibi free wo tie ka extortionist asa na tie ensami jamfi ha say Afenyomakin say nipa no.
I and Afenyomakin that you don't know and those watching don't know. I have appeared on News Farm many times. Perhaps in this country I have held more press conferences on political issues than anybody. Have you ever heard me use the word extortion against any of my critics? Have you ever heard me? Why will I use this word now? And why have you not heard Afenyo say anything about that or challenge me or threaten to sue? So the NPP people talking, there are things you don't know. I will not just, I'm a consummate Democrat. I eat and drink debates. I'm not worried.
Call the minority leader an extortionist.
I'm not worried if you criticize him. Yes. And that is why he cannot comment on that.
A serious allegation. Say Afenyomakin, Eshe Sumase, na ojijiji. No ma bi obeji usika na bibi se be ya no ma bi wo hono mu a ehun na motuo no ebe bibi wo na sa allegation ya Sami Jamfi emeki ye no I raise a lot of issues as he say no Afenyo nye nipa bia keke or a minority leader. He's a minority leader in parliament. And don't come on down man. Now ye kasa asem yifa no ho a etwa se Iyoko OSP other investigative bodies no ebo mani bre ewo ho no mo hwehwem because leader no only di edom ani mo parliament a eho na government business no ma de beba ebebo ho nipa mo di dwuma nyina ye call for accountability ya parliament na di sa dwuma gina ya nam na edom kuma ba no dani ye kasa asem yafa no Sami Jamfi say onu opa o metna ha o mfre woni Afenyo nyina no metna Afenyo ntimi nya no Afenyo nso anu yi ode ba ne say Yesu kura ye kan ne ho asem ti wono ya kan ne ho asem a enya nwanwanti o nsi on fa nko ba bia on ka ho asem and it means say SCM ye niku ho because as it stands now we don't really know say asem na ye kan say enete because in 2015 Afenyomakin ya MPP scrutinizing for extortion allegations be a buy the same thing. Jeff Fatusumai MPP scrutinizes Afenyomakin over extortion allegation. And now that Sami Jemfi raises allegations in Biemuno, he has to pay much attention. Because this is not the first time yet extortion attaching to the name of Afenyomakin, which is very serious. And I learned other political parties, United Party, almost was already the petitions. We must be interested in investigating this. Iyoko, OSP, all the investigation bodies in Inano. Matisse minority no so say and go omubeshiemu na omushiemu a omobetun sa afenyomakin. But afenyo de abetu ni pages is here Jeff Fatu mame. Just about some few minutes ago. Or say dear joy kano enye no kre say minority fo nso ombeshia no enti no on the contrary no parliament na convene nti nya de say a regular practice Akokoa so no beshia na yam misinterpreting no for say wo mu frɛ no nti you pulling it down. But say minority for am friend OSP any Yoko ni ade no, you must be interested in this because onye nipa hunu bi akeke. And this is a very serious issue and serious allegation. And yes, I'm Jemfi nkwa na aka Erike J. And so within this government we see waka want to confidently on air. So we must be interested as a country to find out. That's my words and my call to the investigative bodies. Do the investigation. But as I said, the fact is the fact. Bank of Ghana and making that losses, and the report paragraph 13 didn't say gold board. And Maya nyaya politics nesa. Ubetumi aka nokore no na wo ka nokore ni wi a wo se sika no kana ya bone yenhwehwem ba ne mfa nkɔhye obi a enye wo no a na won kase nipa no se bi ebia wa sese sika na gudu botom de ko. Bank of Ghana making losses of 60 billion in 2022. It is a sika no e should be bottom because the Bank of Ghana making losses in 2024 to $400 million no and also should be bottom ana. Then we must go back and search for all those things the amfani nyina mra. Me I will be interested to see about Jesus sika nyina mo my Ghana. Losses I am making in her. That's my words for now. Mama.
Of so many things. Said they can near my ecosono. Sometimes uti na we Ghanaian you get worried because ubisa how is the international community watching us? What kind of spectacles and on what they're hearing with some of these things going on? Yeah, paragraph 13 of the IMF report.
Yeah.
Or see DGPP operations have generated significant losses for the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah.
The program generating losses for the Bank of Ghana.
Read the report.
No, what I'm
the
saying,
Bank of Ghana.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. The program generated losses for the Bank of Ghana,
which is the Bank of Ghana's program.
What I'm saying is that it's a program that generated losses for the Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana will do us, a lot of good.
Yeah.
So bonting because Sane my kosu nyina no. I quite say me who say minority misplaced priority no moye no. Omo I say baby I was saying ko omo situation no.
Omo heti baby fufuro.
Enye ho no omo de afa. Enka omo ko no ka yema o man no but omo amfa yie. They say nipa mo bon din and institution mo bon din no. Report na mo kan wasem no and stated that unless you have better and further particulars HSA they bought this at this rate, they bought this omuto we say enti wo omuna gold board ena omo boss aka no
or send the reference the IMF
but
report.
But report na mujina so dia. What we are saying is that the report does not mention the name of gold board, but if losses and I say kabia ba you can go to the Bank of Ghana or call the Bank of Ghana, and it is very unfortunate the Bank of Ghana has also operations, they might be one more classified. Yeah, we want to be Mabonting, M2 Musa, Satukrusa, but the Bank of Ghana for operations in here. So after your markings, I think politics are almost yeah, maybe be idea politics,
Yeah,
I think that say it could be masa asema wo kan nti sa e be affect you negatively than good. It is say no Sami Jemfisi we extortionist. I remember in 2011 or 12 there was a leaked tape be abetodwa. I remember.
Yeah.
So leaked tape be abetodwa na emunsem no Akokoa actually be dey nkobo. Afa your marking so. So e ban say ya the people will start reading meanings.
Yeah.
And yes, how the nature say no credit say uko yes uko say uko this kabi and one farm mountain I can say. I think the minority could have done something better than this. Because a Bank of Ghana and Abokano pay the brofo a kind.
Yeah.
And so hold the Bank of Ghana by its balls. Now omo me church him say no cre ye ma we sika say okoto we say enti say e ba ne say obi wo mu a waje ono e na ama ya boka na then you yina ma my ummo obi din wa bra woni nyina so bia say enam say gold board no and I say gold purchase program no ya boka omunti no and nipa okoto gold no buy no e na boka wonye sa wo ye panimu a
na me cry no I had wish say a kana yabono will be the concentration. Uchi miracles abwaja. Also, he's worried say a kana abana ni yenrew. Because economic trade be a kaba. Nebu mankwaya to say we na a was yenhwe no ma a cool mua a ma ye dance.
That's right.
Who attack the wrong places.
That's right.
And that is quite worrying.
Now, let's leave the politics aside. African American can be on Joy News, Joy program no more, Joy political show. Or say, I was a majority leader. I know how government operates. I know how government can divert attention. So I've been there because the government must hold itself together so it can be thrown in today's social media. Let's divert attention. And my question is say, after your marking, I make a concession. I say it is a idea be a government etaye. So on be divert attention. So is he telling us that they play with our mind? Say I was a majority leader and I know how government operates. I know how government can divert attention. And deliberately you divert attention as a government. When unim say assembly koswa Ghana for nyina adwen woso no na wa shada divert attention. Is that what Afejo Makin is saying?
Okay.
Is that what he's telling us at Okwamano so?
Upon Kroma.
Okay, cover.
Mamene upon Kroma so entry komo. Honorable Kojo upon Kroma. Good morning.
Morning. I'm quite saying.
Adom na so we.
Oh, nyame adom ho ye.
Ye da okropon ase. Ya tesa no pa mu hia. Modru parliament ana.
Usually at the beginning of every meeting, and I recall first day in the meeting to plot our strategy for the recall.
Okay. Oh, okay. But first of all, what are the allegations against the minority leader currently, which Sami Jemfi boldly stated, say, or extortionist, and he has a proof where even Afenyo he will show it, and Afenyo cannot respond to that because when he said they all cannot no crane, it's a personal issue between them. Unim yenyantienso say minority cry mo ye concern say nka mo be hia no. In all these no, meaning saying na unim yera Afenyo efa, and of course this particular allegation no as a minority, how do you take it?
Mamincha Unianoma Studios near Wahafo Tifo. It is unfortunate, sir, on a morning when we should be discussing the single most colossal loss that Ghana has ever made since independence on a single commercial transaction. That is the loss of 22 billion Ghana cedis, 22 billion Ghana cedis on gold transactions, on the gold for reserves program. No, say sad discussion. No, And now what is being discussed is the allegations against the minority leader. But let me show you a pattern. In April 2026, me, as part of my crusade on the losses that we are making on the Gold for Reserves program, maybe raise attention about Bank of Ghana for accounts or ma prepare. Na emu almost say you lose $900 million for the year 2025 in this Gold for Reserves component of the domestic gold purchase program. I want to say in December the year before, me na lead the minority press conference. I catch them say at the time na loss no IMF say $214 million. By your calculation, they say a higher. By December no, the Bank of Ghana or my account on publish it by March, which came out in April. No, I say I do 900. Me beka no. Me I was attacked directly. So beka you Rajenfi Echo TV3 one-on-one interview. I will say me economist, the American mentia here. Me accountant, the American mentia here. Me facts. Now I'm telling lies. When it was there in black and white in the Bank of Ghana account. More another one. I'm not say sorry. A few weeks ago, or a video beto abonting, say Gold Board has questions to answer about a Kana Ababeda Bank of Ghana, no? Because a Gold Board transactions, no, and a Kana Ababeda. Yes, you can see it's a Gold Board and make a profit on or more books, but they have questions to answer. Or press, or for your video new year, no, or more by attacking, Mr. Jemfia and any boys, or by attacking. Say I'm not sorry, poor woman, or name the oka on Tiasia to try and man. Then a friend did this press conference on Monday with the few say, yes, Bank of Ghana books soon a loss no, but a Gold Board that has to answer for it because Gold Board Jumedian and did those losses number. Then he's now attacked that or extortionist. Akokoa, do you see a pattern here?
Yeah, but is it also not the grounds are afenyo and a reference no na raise issue referencing the IMF report and citing say a no na kase, which in fact it's not saying so directly.
I can come to that one.
Okay.
And I've just written it down. I'll come to that one. But do you see a pattern here?
Sure.
Pattern in there. Pattern here.
Sir. Also, as a okay, any abe attack you so okay first. Ya be attack you and then abena say asare so be kan ya attack no. And do you feel like it's a pattern of when you say it you are being attacked?
That is the pattern.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you say in December in January this year the motion by Parliament say yenye inquiry into at the time the $214 million loss that the IMF had mentioned. Okay, this year.
Okay.
What did the majority do when the motion came on the floor in Parliament?
On the pro bono. Yeah, I learned that if I remember it correctly, Omukase Bank of Ghana ma explanations to that.
And the motion by what did the majority do? They blocked it. They voted no.
Okay, in the House of Parliament. Yeah.
Yes. And Mama Maya rain fee. And this is for Namuji say Ghana forward free. So they get away with a lot of things. With the motion by say inquiry into it, the majority voted no. They blocked it. So there be investigation there. I didn't know say investigation. Because at the end of the from April 2025, they catch them say Edeka Beba. On the front, who catch Ghana for say, dollar $90 would the name of your butcher bar, say any wefu. But on the back, pakeka Ghana in the babitia. Now, if you know, you no cry near pakeka man better. By December now, numbers started by and probe, they blocked it. They say, then they attacking. The first point I'll make is this. Nobody should be distracted by this approach. Where company attack when now we are invited, say, you better discuss allegation against you or attack. And yes, that's a fact.
Okay.
Tell me, you're more attacking me.
Right.
Because they don't want us to focus on the real issue, which is the 22 billion Ghana cedi loss on the gold for reserves component of the domestic gold purchase program. Akokoa, since I started century, what is our loss way be that?
Mabobo Sukra, but this one is a bit higher.
It's huge. And any responsible democracy, any responsible democracy, we will be asking Parliament to do a full-scale inquiry. Any responsible democracy.
But what's your justification, no swa, that because of a nona, ama you go trade, no, any returns are in your free muska revenue buy, you know, and then my economy, no. The dollar rate is not like before. I mean, omotimi policy rates near day and inflation and others above family. They are telling us and no normally and it's better to lose such an amount to sustain the economy. Though that losses must not be maintained any day. Is it not in a way justifying the state of the economy?
I know your mom justification. Yes, so you have a view on it.
Okay.
Another area.
Okay.
I've consistently said that the loss is on the books of the Bank of Ghana. It be more fed up by saying, but a gold board, you may be in a losses number, so the gold board cannot extricate itself. Me see inquiry. Inquiry, you bet me establish where exactly is the loss coming from? What is the component or the composition of the loss? Discount no a crazy loss I say fees ni crazy loss optical fees no a no crazy losses e ba ne say na you start kasa e motimate loss no so 17% e be do be 9%. When na sa loss no benefit no koye. We can get into all of those matters. Loss is the Bank of Ghana or Gold Board. How do we correct it going? All these are things you will find in the inquiry. I don't know person be inquiry no. Then you focus on allegations against marking upon Chroma, Abano say aside.
Right.
Say upon Chroma ye bibia, you can deal with it. Abna ye bibia, you can deal with it. Mark ye bibia, you can deal with it. But that does not dissuade or distract from the 22 billion Ghana cedi loss. But sure. There are 22 billion between Jesus Christ. 2025, Abana be catch say Waboka. At least through the Bank of Ghana. Also, we bought $900 million on the gold trade. Or done in the about Parliament say, young Sankoji loan of $900 million a month from World Bank for roads, free SHS, and our finance ministry. And I raised in Parliament say, what causes Kano has it? And now you've come back for a loan. You know, I've been consistent say more revenues now. So Kakano so want to move blue no. And people don't think that these are matters that can be inquired into. Let's do the inquiry. More justification.
But
let's make sure why that justification doesn't hold. More example. Ebekatre will say, Waboka 15 billion cedis on open market operations. Ebekatre will say, so Castro said that is the cost of stability. I mean, Unim said, by the way, almost for account number of Parliament still.
As of now.
Almost from my.
Wow.
So the bar, you never go into it these questions. But on my Taisa press conference, Castro said that is the cost of stability. I know you're not agent. Maybe Castro said the all can cost of stability. And your poor policy choices because.
Yeah,
thank
you. Yeah.
Inflation, yeah, the fee 54, they do 18, no. Yeah, mocha 15 billion. Yeah, would you see? Your friend is saying, in fact, yeah, the fee 54, they do 23, no. Yeah, mocha, sir. Wow, the fee 23, they do 3, no. One also waboka 15 billion. Now, your poor policy choices because send your more poor you didn't need to pay for it. Una utia and our boka. Inti. Reverse it or cost of more people. Now you achieve the same objective without making losses. Also, at Isamu Bidi at say later out say governor announce say we reverse it. Now they are not correct why I see reversed it to what we were saying. Name another example. Tama governor or funding budget through the back door.
Yeah.
Your friend of monetary financing of the fiscals. Yeah, the catcher will say, I know you're part of the problem, you know. Losses now because of financing government through the back door or pentisicama by no. Almost a nyampa. A ban saying as you say, governor never announced a few weeks ago, say, to say we're jai on you. Nadia no onion didn't know jai. I didn't know to say we're jai say on financing government through the back door by pre-financing the domestic gold purchase transactions of the gold board. Now to say gold board, Nankasan call Vinsika. You see, when we speak, Akokoa, any out of Otayo, then Kabibia Yin, so my cousin make with you, mean Kayadiana, mean Casada.
Yeah.
But when we speak and you say, Obe attack it, yen yaki issue, no yen could discuss attack now, then we all lose the focus into Mesro.
But
nobody should be distracted.
Yen go back to the losses, no? Which is most important as you are talking about. Now, Osha Bank of Ghana operations, I started even from 2021. Bra policy ye try say ye deba good for reserve in oil ni hon sense I start here but 2021 15 million. 2020 I'm talking about the losses. 2022 9 million in their books, 2023 120 million, 2024 $400 million, and then 2025 we went up to 22 billion. Bank of Ghana na ni trade mo disike mo disike ko ebi ni support ya ka ho asema enko de cost support to awse mo reverse ya say Bank of Ghana disike ko hye bibi mu na oye whether trade or liquidity or anything na amaye boka because okay 2022 we lost about 60 billion from the Bank of Ghana. We no nyina de na ebe ya the Bank of Ghana's operation emmo ye ka kese sa.
Our question no emede. And I'm happy because I'm common winning common and we see it. Maybe no try to distract you. Second, there were a lot of respect for the work you do.
Right.
But make question the source of the data. No. Figures here, Abu Boy. With great respect, make question because, and I'll tell you why. And you won't make question source and I make question because if you want the data numbers be able system, you must have numbers in your
But reference 2022, IMF grants could do that 400 million, the same thing.
When you say 400 million, it is not on the Gold for Reserves program.
Gold trade.
So 400 million, a gold for oil.
Yeah.
Domestic gold purchase program, there were 3 components: gold for oil, gold for forex.
Yeah.
The friend is saying gold for reserves.
But I'm canning as a gold trade losses. No, you're making a gold trade.
And no, make question source of data because we have to make mistake. Let me explain. Who they factoring in gold for oil, which was a temporary program from 2021. Ghana need dollars, but now we see it to me top oil by Ghana, so that generators, cars, electricity in Abayejuma. Until Dr. Baumia said, "Yeni cities, yen fento gold, yen tall gold, no." And no, in fact, in that one, Yeni city, yen fento gold, yen fa gold, nema commodity traders. The same commodity trader, no, also oil, or best send the oil cargo abre, so that we still get oil, even though we don't have forex. And yes, sir, a bit do baby na cars into me petrol shortage, lights in your dundu. Intino, I will say yes, I do, which is a temporary program. Now you build a forex reserves now, we can now get dollars to buy. By the time I better gold, maybe send the about 3 months later, ship but now prices not changing into the boca. And it was a temporary program. You make a loss of $400 million. But 2020, your friend is saying 2021, where Banabi do 2024. So under the gold for reserves program, loss near zero. But can you now bomb say gold transactions? I'll be casting near 400. But you say what was the distinction?
No? Gold trade, no. Yeah, how can you now say gold trade? Gold won't get the idea.
Here's the point. Gold. Here's the point. The gold for reserves now you mboka in the past. na ene wa boka 22 billion for gold for reserves. Who say make us very careful say.
Yeah.
Gold for reserve.
Gold for reserve. Yeah.
Of the domestic gold purchase program.
Sure.
Adi aye moka ene wa boka na ye kan. Who say na say okra sometime be no boka wo.
Oil.
You get the difference.
Yeah, I get you.
In fact, no crime is so almost say na say Ghana Water Company a loss. ECG so
yeah. Na Osi Afenyo your board chair that time and they made unprecedented losses.
Let us not lose track of the issue.
Okay.
Gold for reserve program. First, let's carry him and I make us say why I will question the data. I say me deep Bank of Ghana accounts for the last 5 years. Me dine baba. You will have to show us where the loss is in the Bank of Ghana accounts. In NDC for ba bemu almost started boka mekan no. And no mama will be sure RTI request come our governor no. And our governor reply let's say if first no na losses crowd na the losses need to pay. Really? In the audited accounts are one kasa signing and one disclosing losses be. Then wa boka ne ye kan wa ko yi krata abre and say there was a loss. So that is why I question the data. But wouldn't be minchim you call an inquiry. Who kind Article 103 in the standing orders now? You be supine documents ni na. Who supine the documents? Say, Mami 2024 accounts. Point to me baby ya. Sa loss no. Guys have not say as I be governor no. Say show me where in the Bank of Ghana account you will find the loss on the gold for reserves in 2024. And by the way, the 2024 accounts was signed by Governor Siama of the NDC. It was signed in March 2025. Show me in 2023. Show me in 2022. So, me say first issue we say we are getting to the issue. Second, data no make question. I say in an inquiry more now have an opportunity to go into the data.
Yeah.
Third, that's my last point.
Okay.
Bank of Ghana Nejuma a monetary policy. Nejuma, in fact, the primary objective is price stability. Because in economic policy, the better say, on no issue currency. So he has an obligation to protect the value of the currency. And until now, no, or you're responsible for price stability. Na currency na devalue. Monetary policy is his primary objective. Or involved in any precise fiscal expenditures. That is how economics is called. Precise fiscal expenditure. Because fiscal, they are to force fiscal policy manager. Now, no, sebi, ohun ne juma ya, no ma fa back door. It kesike boom at the back door. Precise fiscal to support the budget, and they don't want to disclose because budget need the only member parliament. We be disclose revenue. Parliament be approve amount. But ohene nko ya na fi wakoshe Bank of Ghana, Tina Bank of Ghana kesike boom. Now let me show you something. Who in Ghana budget for 2025? 290 billion cedis. And not a finance minister, ebe katre and said, obeye Juma, and we raise sika, not the boy who akoma. Didn't he parliament go to your budget? And he said, finance minister betre inquire obeye Juma about whom or the way raise sika, not they are solving your problems away, or buy 290 billion. Did you know, sir, quietly on the backside, or Bank of Ghana, my Bank of Ghana printed 133 billion emano to support quasi fiscal expenses. Where Akokoa? Where?
I haven't read the document though.
No, it's not in any document. That is why we are calling for the inquiry.
Yeah.
That is why we are calling for the inquiry.
Debbie.
That is why we are calling for the inquiry. Because I will catch your mind and say, yeah, budget. Yeah, budget. 290. Now, effectively, Ekoma governor printed 45% of the budget, an additional 45%. Effectively, for quasi fiscal expenses. And no, she can't be a gold border, or gold. By the time I go, never back. Or the full value of the 133 billion that was released. A shortage by 22 billion. That is the loss sitting on the Bank of Ghana's books. Because whilst it will not show up in the main budget, it will show up in the Bank of Ghana's books. But what did American say?
Sure.
122 billion in a million American. So if we get bogged down in this debate, say gold board say on your loss, maybe we say gold board, this Bank of Ghana, gold board, Bank of Ghana, and if we cry, so on your economist, on your accountant, I'm not saying class, I'm not saying a friend or your extortionist. We get distracted from the 22 billion CD loss. But the dollar more $1.7 billion.
Is it not also, can I say, logical to say, Bank of Ghana, that is why we have technocrats who are versed in economics, finance, and all that. Who say ye investment will be bimu ana ye tradia ye disika we kwa, we should expect this return and share the risk component ni be ye see into yen Bank of Ghana yen fanko. But say o de be corner dia koma wo agent na wadi djuma na wo no as a supervisor na say wo program na sha won sa no won tumi anya effective monitoring na European kroma, do we leave them to blame the agent?
Makachro said, my interest is not blaming the agent or the principal. And me see anybody who gets bogged in a debate about blaming the principal or the agent is missing the point.
But
shareholder, no, your friend of Ghana, or institutions, Bako Bank of Ghana, Bako Gold Board. Ghana koye a budget of 290 billion. And none of it disclosed on mining every year. And the Bank of Ghana, no, he's not participating in quasi-fiscal expenses. The way any kodaya no, and the Bank of Ghana could chase 133 billion at the ma abino to fund gold purchase through Gold Board. We hear the gold no come Bank of Ghana no. That sikan baby mo kofa fee no, es was shorted by 22 billion. Me say, don't get worried about a debate between Gold Board and our Bank of Ghana. Worry about the 22 billion loss that Ghana has suffered, because in the end, no, the Ghanaian taxpayer. I want himself to say, to that Bank of Ghana is 96 billion cedis. In fact, the bank specifically are 93 billion. The bank as a group are 96 billion. Meaning, so you are aware.
No, I'm not aware now.
Okay. Because then we lose focus on the main matter. Sa 93 billion at the bank and 96 billion at the bank group. You will pay because a fiscal recapitalization LCA.
But some of these things, say almost at least if it's in the books. I think say and I say any books you have to file RTI. I'll be to me to publicize the say I mean the citizens will also be aware.
Into two things. Me my Bible a whole press conference the screen be see parliament. Time my Bank of Ghana for account by me now screen so. They attacked me. Maybe the man attacking me extortionist. But they attacked me personally, say many economists, many accountants, they make economists say I'm telling lies. And so the screen they see what pointing in natural Ghana for. You really say, okay, no problem. Official copy of the Bank of Ghana account, in accordance with Section 58 of the Bank of Ghana Act, Minister, Federal Parliament. I want to catch now. Say, as at a name, no can say, at 2 in my. Where are you going to get the official copy to even deal with?
Okay.
And then when I may stress a minimum center for CSOs, economists, focus it. We should be asking the finance minister, say, now then I won't for a Bank of Ghana account, no, I can tell you why. But we should be asking him, I don't know if I also believe our parliament. Because Bank of Ghana say Oboka 900 million. IMF say Oboa 1.7 billion. Or the bar will bet the difference between the two.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then they come up with allegations against you.
Right.
Inti mesre baby Ghana kono ho. Omo running game bi ewo esoro. The bibi share nim say dollar na gina. But the cost of dollar no miensa. In the first year, 22 billion cedis are over bitia. Second cost, no, the environment the environment are sacrificing to get gold to generate this forex.
Right.
And then second cost. Apart from the 22, entire environment, no, who will claim more? Who is can be you? Sefficano. Who did go cry? Ebe brosa 22 billion. No. The forest ni issue ya say no. Number 3, your friend opportunity cost.
Right.
Nti, your friend is saying, "Sa 22 billion no, and can schools are here and can be to me see. Agenda 111 na here and can be to me every year. Enyuma here and can be to me aboa ma ye create na wetifo enye adwuma wo. Nipa no tifi onye adwuma. We are wasan boka 22 billion a man say on betia. Ansana, so far my pompe over $18 billion of forex onto the market just to keep the dollar at 10. Now, we catch us $1 and not 10. So $18 billion, of course, is not expendable resources, but in Kitumiko sovereign wealth fund more, who bet me leverage the unlucky resources, ama yede move Ghanaian economy forward. So the cost of the game they are playing is huge. But on Percy Beckham wants them to capel attack it.
But as sana more politicians in a cabani a can once a man. Ayana more sorry Jinamon Percy Beckham any idea because it's not with one government, and we've seen how governments of the day react to losses or minor emeki. Including more time you stand in even crackers inclusive Bank of Ghana and then Fanfas will be amre because they're making losses. Saying you go hunkranoa, you be Rebecca Kabum, maybe they are making billions losses in Noma Umudi. But you capena politicians, any government of the day be defended. And I remember perfectly, maybe was time on Machiko Bank of Ghana office. That was in 2022. Now, almost 60 billion. I saw some of government appointees who defend this idea because put me show party colors. So, is it not more politicians? Is it not the way to go?
That is why in the democracy, no, any politician from more central for more academics, civil society organizations, into the politician and better. Okay, we are who central, and I know you guys do it very well at Insura. Who central, you know, but if you won't pick it, say you shed their opinion, okay, near the two win, a trust one and trust. Civil society for academics. Now, so we are should be. So we are should be not fear case massa. To me, what 22 billion Ghana cedis in 1 year on a transaction. The real year can what attacking for a this issue nina. Maybe for the fine be any personal problem. That's not an issue. Ghana has a more year 22 billion. Mummy and with me cause of personal problem. But 22 billion as some year cannot. There was seeing any con because it has costs. It has environmental costs, it has environmental reclamation costs, it has opportunity costs, both for the 22 billion and then the forex reserves now. They are burning for this purpose. You see, Muminum Central for Yinyanuma civil society, Yinyanuma academia. Well, they allow the politicians to play their game. But that's why Mumuya referees will be tackle enya, one of the barben, was on the yellow card, was on the red card.
But I think, sir, we must also be interested in the proof and answer finding out whether that astonishing, true. Say yes, we astonishing, no, true and answer true because now they are standing in for accountability. Ojidemuse or shese obedi yen abaino de obeye de ope because omo na 2 minutes kura omo. But say obi obegina ye name no call for accountability no ye de ade ato no so ye extortionist ananse wo obi a ohihya ase no wogye adamudi ana wogye bibi na ode eye ne hu yi a na ema no kure ntimi mpia. I think say is a big accusation, a very big one. I say minority should be concerned. Says any people make allegation, and I say, mobile finance, mobile sue, nami anya clarity. We need to know much into that. Say, bema, mo sign say mo ye eduma fine. Rashe be jefi oni baby amobia.
Your leader, Eddie Kanaka say obesiu no. We don't have worries about that. Obesiu no. But that should not be allowed to distract from the 22 billion CD loss. Mema Samoa, me bekaya, ombe attack me say many economists, many accountants, me did draw, many facts. I've insisted, my both figures in natural. I stand by it. This is what I'm going to prove me for. I'm not saying sorry, obekaya, yeah, most say, poor woman on tia seminar say now, okay, come in Kikani again. What am I going to prove for?
Right.
Nipa na wa accusing and also on obesiu for it. So let's not get distracted by that. Let's keep an eye on the 22 billion.
Okay.
Kwame Nadi will say he will sue him. Go ahead with that one. And the court will resolve that one. But Ghana, we shouldn't lose focus on the 22 billion.
Na yenshe hono. All right. You're up on Kruma. But that's the pay. But that's a fire.
I was said I better studio near your break.
One view. You just watch now. You just watch now. Okay.
But I'm any update on the Supreme Court back and forth. Yeah.
Sure. Oh,
and pay minimum lawyers were meeting by 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And then we will take a decision on whether we want to seek a reversal of that determination. And I say we'll leave it and focus just on the main matter. The main matter.
Sure.
Tiano pay by 11 o'clock. We'll take a final decision. I'll let you know when we decide.
All right. Battery, make sure. Bedase. All right. Yera kojo pon kroma no. Of was ya yiri Rashe bedwani and I never got to train common don kuma no zunzu okasapa basic economy unsem bibia pia okasapa. You know say to the fact checker. You imagine.
Yeah, na go there.
Adam.
I think that it's good for him. Or yes uncle for no mokasa. He speaks and he speaks with a lot of respect for the panel, and I think that especially after Samedi we can all learn from it. I know that somebody admitted, like I said, no crying about Kebia, I'm personal. And I think that we all can learn from it. I think so Saturday there many senior might discuss it. Me go board as Aqua, say YouTube pan sometimes in chef from new kuku sekuni Jimmy Muna Brejuma. In some people who made them again say, ye chicken or the I say clear, but as you said, but you see, Aqua make I think so Saturday maybe a news on my India. Asamna about good board asamna.
Yeah.
A MOBA may say a light issue,
yeah.
Many you see to my understanding of the issue is that IMF is blaming the Bank of Ghana.
Yeah.
There are 3 reasons why Omokasa lost and but fees are you a good board. 2, discounts here the to good. And 3 forex exchange rates no and as a forex regime you
dollar to CD
rate discuss.
Yeah.
Because Unsa fanyo ka osi entongo de moka. But same IMF report on the Jeff the better so. Osi 2024 year ball.
Maybe so upon kroma ha.
What I say. So it tells you that whatever regime MPP is practicing, whatever regime NDC is practicing.
But their defense is that what you upon kroma say me to man. And what you were saying say eno ne sa Canadian na for oil enye reserve.
Enye sanity.
For the
so no na
ka.
So no. For the bar. Say
in 2024.
Ya machine so nyana. Osi den.
In 2024.
Losses were significant to $400 million. Yeah. 1/3 of what was related to gold for oil. So the 2/3 were related to what? It's the same domestic gold purchase program. Yeah. So 133 was for gold
whether
for
oil or reserve is trading. Yes. Go trade. Once you lose, you lose.
The analysis I remember say reserve, energy, trade before derivatives, trading derivatives. And pretribute yes, you koto that's the say reserve, you koto be hoard. Tier 25. And then you be a cotton that stay back a 7. And it's a young tongue. You do go for that. And that your asset and your liquidity. Liquid chassis case will be tom's here.
and yes wo Sunday I want to buy the koto we can say 25 but the current prevailing price here for silver car na moka we are common sense it is MPP style bi oye bia ye boka
and I win so
according to the document we for boka so it tells you that inherent in what you are practicing no issues should be discussed.
Yeah. Say there may be say the Bank of Ghana losses. They get concern about the entire boka free. Today, Banafi na bega say na win sooner win boka. So it's not anything.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or catch Samson say, "Well, minimum free kumase."
Yeah.
Now you came, Yedma came, and I Yedma love FM. What that? Some of press conference that can so be extortionist. Unsa Thursday na fanyo ko good evening no si won si after the second number so be si mimi here afanyo kra si e no ye civil matter
omo hwehwem
by man some no payanka you could take number say wa first am dem fi so omra because if you're a public officer and you have evidence of another public officer no mean of a person of a minority leader of Ghana's parliament
you can't defend this will be diverting attention once an allegation has been made.
You need to establish it.
That is it. You don't.
Peace FM.
I said it there.
FM at team. Uncle no kasa fenyo kwa o si obi office kwa na fenyo frey. Esa we kaje ye frey no.
Yeah, no so.
You go to no tra kasa nka ba na wa ma ba. Omo from me emu no mo nko kire evidence no. Because you see extortion is a criminal matter. And Yoko has a mandate. Yoko the economic and organized crimes are from that team. No, the insider from organized crime. What is the mandate of the OSP? The OSP is to fight for public and corruption, politically exposed persons. Young fresh a major fini rekeji. No more chere. Near here you almost have for no marking your story because yet ha. And 2015 Aska near Mayaba.
Yeah.
Sure. I did to me could America 30 years Ghana and TV.
Right. Quickly.
And Comono na Mudino. On set could you upon chroma situating common could you upon chroma situating common ye? Esan say on set not or distancing home from a African marking the claims. No,
I actually
no, because may focus
I said me no, and that is where Felix Osafo doesn't on the Nkofubua when they bring comment on Facebook. Now, whether they comprehend conversations, because clearly I asked him of the IMF report. I said me and Kohokra. Because he knows the IMF doesn't say go board I'm making losses. And now you are saying say when we say upon Kromabema, what explanation did they give in contrary to what was read on from the report? Yeah, now
forget about them.
Reasoning was forget
about them. Forget about them. Most are comments in the air because upon Kroma situating and yet, sir, after the market and some what kind of gold board now, and I say no, it is almost diverted attention.
Yeah,
almost diverted attention because also we can say, Sikano, Yashino. Also, Bank of Ghana made details.
Yes,
and yes, some media because the Bank of Ghana the details. And even who say Ampa, and I wake or say, but some way in the Sana, true Sana, no more
the simple question I asked, and they say, Kwabene di drama me, Kwabena ye me agent, and to Obama hono so koto phone, abremi, phone who in a minute, no koto phone abrem, nam say, market price, and I say, Kwa be fast when your phone operations, no, a cost to 10 cedis were outside. Now, Kwabena bameho. Na obekachem say 12 cedis a maybe sa kwabena kire mi mu a etomasu a na me ma ni sika dia hodi sa adwuma no you get it. It's not that kwabena ba yire me as a Bank of Ghana no waji sika no de ko ba bi ko ye. The Bank of Ghana with the economists who say say ye were technocrats for Bank of Ghana wo mu finance, economy and trade, all those things wo nyina wo they have analyzed and agreed upon the operations and we release this to do that. So you cannot blame the agent for what is happening.
Serious country.
Yes, serious.
Me page a me kan ye nyina no. Former PMMC boss akwasi ewu sa mejamfi esiama ene ba akwasi na say you will Addison. I'm na say toto ma no because MPP dey na boka.
Yeah.
NDC dey so boka. The seniors then I would say yeah the caneba because senior the flip side is that one ton of price number smuggle. Let's not forget the 2013-2016 incident. 6 billion actually. It's okay. See a boka, sana program. I see a boka, but can we reduce it?
That's right.
na ba fam
kaka say no we kromfo we so baji we yoko no ye hem se me metra ka so be a store sinister se me fam ho dia na me ka no you see you need to set the right temperature and men ko yes say opposition for kwa kan ni a pick wo some Jamfi must be picked up to substantiate the allegation. A public officer. He's a public officer.
Store sinister. Ni ehu se ampa we wajibi bi dem da obaje ye.
Inkofo me iliki yom twa azigi yom twetwe. Inkotwa azigi na kasa face camera so kasa store na say bi obi kura tua bi.
Ai ama.
Na make na se obi kotua bi me ni usika na odi kotua. IGF generated by agencies what?
And the serious aspect is he dared him. Or say I dare him.
Something lawyer or catch and kasa so meka.
Or say something kra opa ye afenyo lawyer. Neko fa case neko court. Me sami dem. That's a serious thing I walk. So
but I weekend na enti always feeding yoko.
And I was surprised Opon was trying to rubbish it like it's a trend. I think we must be interested in this. Right. Abusia, bomodene pekel chaku for chuchu sin. My fresh breath, whitening teeth. I feel we'll see abubuntu kroni nyina so no. Isi ano kwan ma wasino enya hoden kama. Awake purified. Drinking water. One for life. Bomodene pin supanum awake purified drinking water. Kaise kunu Ghana Limited. Edi unchun capsule no so aba. Odrunson tentem su fite bi free cheba. Emu ha oni nyina edi efri ho de ama. Mr. Kio no so beba adwuma wo mpamu a. Mema no bibia bekoyi a. Enwa Mr. Kio no. Ade Mr. Kio no upebi ntiana. Okay. Me ye omo de beba wa. Piam san araba banzin tablet nso ha eno nso ubenya bi pa ewokunu wonu makache de omo kire ne say sexual frigidity man bu a omu ni atenka so hu udi bia yo bemu abresa orgasm no ma enti Mr. araba banzin tablet mana muti say ni nyina wo so na ma infertility ebedu akagine mu pharmacy herbal shops ahodo ni nyina ebi wo 0244 275 429 0244 275 429 wonu so amano community bank PLC yema loans ahodo ni nyina bi commercial loans, personal loans, group loans, SME loans, Koso microfinance loan, bonanza loans ni nyina bi Akokoa agric loan, Akokoa kriafo no mo ato di atadre mo ate den the head office no nyina hini ye ne lorry station di nhwe ni Asafo market BVIP bus terminal ni nche Romo express wo abu akwatafo bibia ni obehu on 0208 007254 0208 007254 na yenye osokra
Easy brands. Easy brands. I'll say easy sardines in vegetable oil. Your easy sardine in vegetable oil. Also oil no. It's just oil no go no papa. And to dear ma a boy ni peduani. Your easy rice, easy spaghetti, easy mackerel and so honomo. About your piece open do dum market will be okay. When be oh. So and Dr. Mensa Bantama market and sorry market will be Evans One Trading Enterprise and Akofan do supu ediaba Sawaba Mama Junction but our friend 0244 244 847 and 0204 468 590. Now also wako do the easy brands also making every meal easy.
All right. Aka last one on.
Okay.
Aka last one. But what am I main camera? Last one the main camera. Yera Solomon Owusu ewa homano so on the Casadema United Party. Nkane onze na ye afranfranto Alan Kwadwoche Martin akachi hono era solo good morning yimidi ni free mo na say bobachi morning okay you try oni ha
okay
oni Ghana until you try saying ke benya no online na nke ni na twetwe nkomo but so far Jeff bet me the document na to so amaya omo actual petition tin edeko security agencies no ho na investigative bodies ni nyina say wono mo hwe no mo nye probe na yehu ba bia afenwoma ake no extortion omuka ho asemi ba bia ahyase de afri ni ba bia koduro ono mo de koma honorable attorney general aban lawyer pani ni ono ya attention so afo minister for justice Dr. Dominic Ayene wo mo de bia koma no the special prosecutor and after the right honorable speaker of parliament the commissioner Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, and somebody be called Inspector General of Police, IGP, and somebody be a commander, and Director General, CID, and also one of the copy, joint petition, Solomon Owusu, Director of Communications and spokesperson for the United Party, no, and Andrew Apia Dankwa, Director of Legal and Constitutional Affairs of the United Party, one more and the petition, afenyo marking, the Yakatu no Sunimu, say, at the same. No one seminar and in them. And I've remember you where you win.
Akokoa, Franco Trading Enterprise. Saying him say Oban phone accessories in a home appliance of a party. I want to say Udu and Nitre. And they say phone bia Ukutabia no Percy cinema and I say open for cry when I also call. Omo Ewo Ejaba Jewelry down home branches no sounds so and a Malcolm so or more another branch or Honomo. Kufor Clinic opposite Omo. KDT a new market also Omo Ewo branch or Honomo. And into Bomoding Nafa Hobo Franco Trading Enterprise. Okay. Now, all
right. Now, so open so DBB. Okay. The good news is Jeff, we know to Sumaye, and I have no problem, Kakra. Are we still on? Is he on? Okay. Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No. I think say you beat me na kasachna. Let's talk tomorrow. Na mo aseti bibi here. We'll talk tomorrow. In Shawan 04.5. Enti petition no echo as Jeff flash my kakra bi is on your media mouse here. Aha we any. Inti wa address it to IGP no ma kan nyina as I read it no. Sa na wode akonti. We hope he say said they are calling, they will start the investigations now because public figures is saying we are not a who he has to me and it just say is a quite a Shanti region who say improvement. So I'm in touch in Juma Guso and of course the Konongo bypass no. So okay, Nana Kwabna. But not Haka who was
yes.
The Martin said Yera the roads minister Jeff roads nibi Yera governs Agboja.
This is
what he's done. They say Wama 2 weeks say contractors no mo konongo bypass no ese mudi hu dwuma no say 2 weeks omo nsan ko na bibia e wo hu bia no madi dwuma hu za kra ya ka say makonongo chini ade no so 2 weeks omo ko start dwuma is a good thing. In fact niji sempa anti ira governs Agboda na e hu Facebook yi sunyane atruni road no na omo no asphalt pa very very nice one. In fact come on yeah and we nso of ankonsa wamu die no Jeff ba kono na aye yi no it is a permanent flyover no ugina on say ekwan na fepa o ekwan na fepa what we of anko nsawam road no na edem lanes no kobasa is a good thing and the yakani nyina na ye hwe ni mu one of the ministers in fact many jini jumedi ho pa governs Agboda want na office no be grounds na okohwe say juma ye dey ama contractors no omo and I'm happy say konongo bypass issue no wawuram ye ring roads no so na no me say eno so mo adua to say ye bi mu a de be fa em say be kwai ho no area na ewuram mu am ye dey akọ eno so be kwa akosi express road no
the express road no say saka be 20 kilometers per
I
clearing na 20 kilometers.
And I think say a good thing, a good news so they my in Ghana. Your rules need ye ya kwanye. Na wahu abantie na wo machi no obolo wiaka. Obolo wiaka. Na abantie wiaka si
ba do muze kra na wiaka.
Ejo so de. Obolo wiaka. Baby awakose.
Masa.
Wasi no waya nsa say na say wo de kope bibia kodi ana. We ria taxi.
Come de no.
We ria taxi.
We aka akoton adidi.
Enti wo hwa na police for na amade anka wo te say maame ba ko kan we kire e ma no so na enka nkaza amri wawu but ade ba ko aya na eya meya na ha me kakra ne say They say omo akronfo no ya ma say ye ku omo a enye meme ya biem. So enye me ya biem because if you look at this, she Jeff ba ko no obo akwani tu ni mami. We Western region. She ode oba Facebook arade. Boy no guy no eton good. And Ghana Police Service. Sa banti ya bag bonechi. Me da menye security expect there. But mon hwehwe no. Na ekwan ono fa so pie ya am robber we anya ne hwe. Anka nchen sa wachi bra. Otumi pie calmly a asa am robber ne mfa ne ho. Ba ono so na e wode mu ho ne akwana edili ansa na we am robber ne rem. Owrem no wanya chance a wo ye dey. Wakogina when am robbers dey come rem say na wo ko gate. We come back.
Yes.
But when I say they have yes, and to investigation me and share this guy, particular guy no go inside, I no want need trading no.
Yeah.
Share what shooting. What the hell? Ow. Boy na nice guy. Wakuno. Enti me huni say ya na am robbers no so omu wu anya me ya. So omu wu anya me ya. He shot him. Or say shelf you know ne locker na obey be we na you know and na wo so mie and wo bi wakuno di patrimu adin how wa ba adwuma sika wo ba di enti wakuno remuja pa anyunu agu sofa chair ni remuja di patrimu na adin ti me kromfo no owu anya me ya I will say it again. I'm Roberts especially. Right in Shaw 104.5. Brandon Twitchen Commodity Eddie Hun Communina no pay 0322083581 83582 83583 0322083581 83582 83583 na yending commodity chassis free and opani nyina ya besi sabri ne wotie. Let's have your contribution and chaka se nkoma KEDU of KEDU gas on ovens aboaso ene miami nuaba akosua. Good morning to you and the workers. Food diary patase anope Michelle Kwanshon Kosokra. Hello.
Over.
Good day.
Namisrao. Abema. Over the Akokoa, the Nokopia, or Poituma water.
Yeah.
Or I said, I was starting there. Maybe dance at 2028. Yeah, I'm a money free. I'm a more fun than I had under my and this for Tomato so every. Over. The medium Fiatama work and yet new. Oh, and yet new. Or can be President Kufado.
Okay.
President Akufo-Addo said that was 2022, Moho baby. The 2021 or the 27. Baby, I was President Akufo-Addo. I could say 40 million bribe every Mahama appointee before, and we're keeping in office. The President Akufo-Addo James said, "Boa, or making Yanko no go." Yes, it will defeat you. One can show evidence. Nemo President Akufo-Addo, say, "Oh boa, or making Yanko no go." So this is not new. A diversionary tactic, and of course, what the branch of NDC, almost one, Solomon wine.
Omo branch or United Party is a branch. Afra too.
I'm a coming to a branch of NDC. Of a so diversionary tactics may be new. Okay. That is a move here to the main issue of us. So more he who alleges my Jane must prove. That is a burden of proof. Lies solely with the accuser. But when they say Antonio Martin is never prove it. This is the modus operandi of Sami Jenfi. Now, for more person, which I say, Sami Jenfi, 1.7 billion.
Sami Jenfi Bokro, no, a good day. Evidence Ben, I was a Sami Jenfi Bokro. And a good day, let me ask you. Yes, a Bank of Ghana losses of a year 1.7 billion from gold trade. And $400 million now, a year gold trade losses, a year making 2024. It means there will be a reaction about Tomana.
Press conference also be a year. Journalist, and I'm not going to say this more count. 400 million, some a press conference.
All right, thank you. A good day. Hello. Yentimi eni wasem no ho dance enti wo koto so de guni botoma ya chiwa na akọ. Okay. Nyansem Kitchen.
Full 20 kwegu wa ba Akokoa mfem. Nyame adom. Ifike kitu ma ko kasiem. Wa no aye no. That's it. Ma mentia na na kwesi Tompia Chamai. Na mentia likofuku.
Hello.
Akokoa.
Minia.
Apom tse.
Adom me hoye.
Amankwam lo kunio.
Amankwa.
Bosom train constituency communications officer ni.
Right.
Na mambo ni adwuma.
Medasi.
Na mpetuma wasi mchian pa.
Ojoso.
No dio.
Does it?
Na Jamaica nyina ni say. O say Ghana ha nipa bi mpa Ghana yiu. Same jamfia se mo kasa same jamfia bokoro no no agba Ghana na boka no ayese. Ye busa se mo for evidence mbla. Afenyo ma kensi na mpipifo. Ye busa mo say IMF say.
na MFC a MPP for most say ma dan say anything o ma na echichiri chesia no na me jamfi ba e do mama li tu mini shenita finance minister be dia dan say Bank of Ghana be dia dan say say gold board and it me abo ma cedi to dollar rate no cedi na timi ache dollar no ama say dollar timi na dollar na 17 cedis can me just me abo aje ti gold at Bank of Ghana ama say dollar timi take 10 cedi 11 cedi o anu mrali na kwasika u the mama to for the
line no so breaky. Okay. No problem. Yem fani nyina mfensi ya. Na me adom ochna so ye besa ehia. Na kwabra mprajum.
Akokoa.
Yeah, ko.
Yen create for now. Ochina radio adoma. Or the chair besa
so ehia bi. Right. Insura 104.5. Midi de Barima Kofi Dawson. Utimi frame Akokoa. Asidan ko matim ni nyina odisco ko brand ya Jeff Abuaje, Kunedu Kwame, and of course Asanka de Boyos Manokuku Seku, Jimmy Agla the Godfather, omunyina etayechi. Wonsu awutie and always supporting us. We are grateful. Nyame adoma. Ebesan so ehia bi Power Sports etwaso ediama.